Good morning. Good morning, fellow humans. Today is May 27, 2025. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. Here we are at Department of Career Service. Soon perhaps be called the Adventure Zone. Here we are. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday, May 27th, once again. And we've got a very interesting, good show today. I'm kind of pumped, excited, charged, because yesterday I had a really good research day and got to see a glimpse of the coming power of AI. Really incredible to have a tool like that. It must have been like somebody got the first, who was used to riding on a horse-drawn wagon, and all of a sudden now they get a flatbed truck. And like, wow, there's so much that can be done with this. Yes, you can use it to replace thinking, or you can use it as a tool to augment thinking, go way broader and deeper than you could have gone before. So 80, almost 90 pages of work done, going really, really deep and really broad. And so, but nobody cares about that. However, I do have to say it's going to be it's an interesting show today. Our theme is the adventure of your life. And that can be interpreted a couple different ways. However, before that, good morning, Miss Trinkle, wherever you are. So, yeah, as Mark Watney would say, yeah. So yeah, I blew myself up. Okay, adventure of your life. Let's get to some advice from an 80-year-old. Keep it simple. So some people who feel that, who want to make other people think they're smart, will say, oh, Occam's razor. Occam's razor. Perhaps we all go through that stage of wanting other people to think that we're smart rather than being smart. Oh, Occam's razor. You say, yeah, law of parsimony. What? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. There's an argument that the more complex, the more fragile. Because now there's a lot more moving parts. Pull this little part out, boom, problem. Okay, so that's number one. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Other red letter. Oh, this is day 2 of week 2 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. This is week 2 is inside our skull-sized kingdom. This is where we learned about neurons yesterday, neurotransmitters today, reticular activating system tomorrow, and how these 3 things, neurons, neurotransmitters, and reticular activating system, how they help us answer the question, who am I and why do I behave the way I do? So we learned yesterday with neurons, as Yuval Harari would say, with neurons, we learned that what's stored in the neurons of our brain is our lived past, anticipated future, our personality, our ability to locomote and stuff. And we know that because if we damage our brain in one of the ways that Daniel Amen says, alcohol, drugs, traumatic brain injury, something growing on the brain disease, if one of those things, one or more of those things happens to us, we will lose our lived past, anticipated future, ability to simulate personality, etc., etc. So it's in our brain. And today, neurotransmitters, we're going to learn from Simon Sinek that neurotransmitters are chemicals that are responsible for our feelings. Get too many of a particular one, and you go too far this way, too few, you go too far this way. We want to be right in that Goldilocks zone, and we want to be able to control it. And I think the simple thing we need to get is when neurotransmitters are released, we have emotions. And those emotions are our feelings, cause us to feel. And our feelings affect our behavior. And our behavior affects the outcome. And the outcome tends to reinforce the belief we have. So it starts with a belief, then there's some kind of internal or external stimulus, which triggers the release of neurotransmitters, which gets us to feel. Feelings cause us to affect our behavior. Our behavior affects the outcome, and the outcome tends to reinforce the original belief. I can't type. Oops, I made a mistake. Damn, I'm frustrated. See, I can't type. I suck at it. I'm lousy. Right, that starts with the belief. Where are the beliefs located? Inside our neurons. And if we had the ability to find the neuron that says, I can't type, and we cauterized it, what would happen with that belief? It would go away, but it could be stored in 1,000 other places too. Reinforcement. But if you're able to go in, cauterize each one of those dendrites or each synapse in that chain, maybe a couple in front of it and behind it, it would go away. Or maybe you could add on one word, yet. I can't type yet. Typing along, made a mistake. Instead of saying, see, I can't type, it's like, wow, I made progress. Yeah, one day I will be able to type. Okay, so that is day 2, week 2, inside my school-sized kingdom, neurotransmitters. And who am I? Well, I am, my self-identity is made up of my self-beliefs. That's who I am. My self-identity is made up of my self-beliefs. If I change my beliefs, I change my identity. Okay, next on our hit parade. How are we doing for time? Time, such a runic rhyme. Okay, so that's one red letter is Simon Sinek. That's about today. Seth's blog, that's an interesting one. Paddling upstream, people paddling upstream. We notice the current most when we're headed against it. It's easy to take our advantage for granted when we're headed the other way and it's helping us. Right, I remember canoeing on the Colorado River towards Lake Martinez. And you don't notice the current. In fact, it seems slow. It seems like you're not even moving at times. But then you say, let's go the other direction. And it's, can't do it. Not for long, not sustained. Related, when I'm on my bike, I generally hope that drivers will cut me some slack. A lesson that's easy to forget when I'm the one who's driving. Right, these bicycle people are in my way. Okay, so that is red letter number 2. The big red letter for today is Jordan Peterson. Wake up. This is the adventure of your life. The adventure of your life justifies life by orienting yourself to the highest possible good and always speaking truth. Okay, so let's break that down. The adventure of your life. Well, does that point to a thing? Oh, that was the adventure of my life. Or is it's a description of your life? It's an adventure. Or it's a description of parts of our life. Tell me about the adventure of your life, meaning the totality of your life that made it an adventure. What if that's the orientation that we have? Life is an adventure. And if my life isn't an adventure, then I'm not doing something right. Because being baryonic, having matter, having atomic particles, having mass, rather than just be pure energy, being spirit, is something that should be like, wow, right? That makes me think about free will. So free will is you're given this gift of life, and free will is what you choose to do with it. You're given a bicycle, and your free will is to do with the bicycle whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. That's your free will. But what if we thought of our life as an adventure? In other words, I am spirit. I am a spirit with a body for a very short period of time. 100 years is nothing. It's the width of a breath. It's the width of a hair on my head compared to a 7.84-mile walk. It's nothing. Therefore, there is no real pain. There is no real suffering because life is so short. Do I want to spend it arguing, fighting with people, holding grudges? Is that how I want to spend this infinitesimally small period of time? Or do I want to spend it having an adventure? Or my life being an adventure? So when I shed this mortal coil, and who knows what dreams may come, what fartles I bear. See if I can quickly look it up in this one, the field manual. Yes, to die, 'tis for who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. What? Who would fardels bear? Who would burdens bear? To grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no travel returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly off to others we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment in this regard turn awry and lose the name of action. Right. So, to be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune or take up arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them. To die, to sleep, no more. And by asleep to say, we end the heartache and thousand natural shock that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Ah, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. Right, right-o, right-o. Oh, I ran over my right toe. Okay, all right, well, let's look at our worksheet once again. See if we've got any hidden gems still in there. TV interview coming up on June 5th. I'm seeing the Jesuit on June, I think, 7th. Weekend tomorrow is final class CHW, 10 weeks down, working on my paper for my GPPM. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Neurotransmitters, that's where our feelings come from. Learn to turn them on and turn them off. Turn them on and turn them off. You can do things to turn them on. Go to the gym, work out, you'll release endorphins. Turn them off. Daily Stoic was uppercase stoicism versus lowercase, says blog. Paddling upstream. Jordan Peterson, the adventure of your life. What happens if just for today you thought of your life, each of us thought of our lives as an adventure? We're not spirit right now. We are spirit with a body. Let's honor the body. Let's use it. Let's not damage it, destroy it, wear it out, break it down. Let's use it, honor the gift of life. Cool. Boom. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say and cut and cut.